Hello and welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm gonna be walking you through the process of how I created this cover art for this book, Strange Light, Lermahia. This romance story, and the story is basically about a girl named Agina who fell in love at first sight, and after she got divorced, she stopped believing in love. When she finally came to terms with her life and that she was living happily after, without wanting to be in a relationship, she fell in love with someone named Otiende who was her old friend. He comes back into her life, and they end up ending up together. It seems to be one of those fate stories, and it's one of those good reads. It's in an Africa setting, so I would encourage you guys to read. It's embraced in the African culture and magic, so a fusion of sci-fi and Black history, mostly of the inspiration from the Luo culture, I would say. So if you're new here, my name is Sylvia. Please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, and I hope you'll stick around until the end. To begin with, she first gave me links of the kind of art she would like to use, and this was the pose she decided to go with. And for the pose, she said she wanted them to sit like at the top of the stairs. She said she wants a chair that looks like a queen's chair. So then I used this chair. I downloaded a couple of chairs so that I can use them for some inspiration, and then she said you can also use a stool if you want. I didn't though. She said change the background to how you think it will make sense for a cover. So basically she just gives me some freedom to play around with the background and see what works. She said she just needs stairs somewhere and a chair to be seen, so the rest can even be a solid color, she says. So based on that, I created this piece of art. And then she said she could wear African clothes, and she said it's not a big deal to make what color. She said I can make it whatever color I want. And then she said the outfit is okay of the original picture that she sent to the pose, and she just said you can maybe add like an African print. And so because that doesn't, like, it's not a big deal for her. And but she said she also wants something futuristic for the guy. If you read the story, you'll understand why this is important. And then for the shoes, she said you can give her heels. That would be great. I didn't though. Or she's open to any alternatives of her style. She just wanted her to look classy or sexy. You know, she wanted this to stand out as the character Agina. So as I mentioned, Agina is a Luo, so she wanted something, Agina, to be someone playful, have a youthful look, and Otiende to be a serious guy, you know, so he should have a serious look. And then she said Agina needs to have tattoos on her that look like henna. So basically, I'm glad I decided to read the book first, because then I realized that the tattoos cover her whole body and all the way up to her neck, which is something I had to incorporate in the illustration. And on her hand that is leaning over, she says she needs to be holding a spear, and the spear can somehow emit light or have lightning, she says, because, you know, she has some powers. Yeah, so Otiende's hair is sort of like this. She shares the image, and basically she says it's a mix of braided, shaved, and open hair. And did I just say hair? And Otiende is basically a dark, handsome guy, and this had to be included in the image. And Agina is basically usually having a big smile, like includes picture. And she also gave me some pictures of the style of Otiende, or the hair. And yeah, she says you can use similar pictures of your graphic art. She knows my style. She knows that I usually like to trace to develop my style. So this was challenging, because then we were creating from images and putting them together to be able to create the art cover, which was new to me. It was one of the first arts I actually had to develop on my own. And yeah, so she gave me those ideas which would help. The description of the faces are in the beginning of the book. If you are interested to read, I'll leave the link in the description below. And yeah. So yeah, that was a lot of the book. Now that you've read the first page, assuming that you did, you'll find that that is the title of the book, and this is what the cover looks like. This is the tech applications of the book and the design inspired by what I showed you. Of course, I didn't do the heels. I decided to go with like gladiator sandals because I mean, tradition. You see the addition of fabric on the skirt, which I made into an African fabric, and yeah, just details of nature at the background with a mix of tech, which is what the book is about, the name of the author. And this slips into the spine and goes all the way to the back. And the tree is monumental in the story. If you know this, you've read the front part of the book. And I like how I made the leaves wrap around the place where it talks about the book. And yeah, of course, you have the ISBN number and the publisher of the book, and that's what the book is about. I like that it gave the sunset vibe around the book with the tree. Yeah. And Yvette does mention that she talked about this in the back cover, but she gave me freedom to do the back cover. So the back cover was mostly my design. I tried to keep it tech with the display that you'll see here, and you'll kind of see the same thing inside the book. This is an old print. I moved the I moved the page numbers inside, and as you'll see, and yeah, the same is with the hardcover. You'll also see things like I gave her a crown, which I think Yvette influenced, but I made it more like a African print, not African print, but African vibe. I give it that African vibe. Yeah, for the tattoos, I created the designs myself by hand. I drew each and every tattoo, and instead of the henna, I went with like a glowy feel because you'll notice that she has like powers, and I matched her necklace to the crown that I gave her. And yeah, so those are just some of the details that you'll miss if I don't talk about. You'll see a bit of KCC showing, even though it's mostly in the western part of Kenya. Like I say, they do travel. And yeah, I wrapped this around the title name, Larma Hair. Yeah, so that is also the same leaves pattern is seen on the spine. And that for the hardcover, you'll notice that it also has like the author's page because then I give her moment to shine, and she shouts out the artwork that goes into the cover. For the inside part, it's just like the original soft copy print, as you can see, so that they can match beautifully if you want to remove this part and just walk around without the sleeve. So yeah, I didn't want to keep the same design for the paperback and the print cover. So then you can, if you wanna have the inside and this, you can have different quotes that just talk about the book. So yeah, if I open, you'll see that there's this part which again gives you quotes and just talks about the book as well, just a bit. And yeah, we have the leaves that's going in between. I got a signed copy from the sister, which is the author, Yvette. And now I'm just going to let her talk about what she thought of the cover design and let you see what she has to say about it.
Hello and welcome. My name is Yvette Oloo, and I am a space transformation coach and an author. And today I will be opening up my hardcover book to take a look at it and talk about the book a little bit and the cover illustration for the book. We have I learned very quickly about opening, about ordering prints of my book, that it's always better to order more than one, just so you can compare to see if it truly is a print error or if they just misprinted it. Okay, so here's the book, here's the hardcover. There's, I think it looks really good. And that's the back. Here I also have the soft cover, and I have two soft covers because one is an Ingram Spark copy, which you can always tell by the barcode in the back, and the other is the one that Amazon prints, and you can always tell by the ISBN on the back. Um, the Amazon one is bigger than the Ingram Spark one, for whatever reason. If you can take a look at the comparison here, you will see what I'm talking about. This is Amazon, this is Ingram Spark. So I liked this pose on the cover because I think it's a little bit more playful. You know, we have Agina here and Otiende over here, and he's kind of embracing her, but not really. And, you know, she's sitting in front of him and she's got the spear, and yeah, and then the sunsets behind them and the trees, the cityscape of Kenya. Um, and then I wanted it to be a little bit of cyber stuff. So that's why it has that. And also, I don't know if you can see it, but it's also here, a little bit of that like cyber kind of effect, whatever you call it. I don't know. It's a sci-fi book. It's set um a long time into the future, maybe like 9,000 years into the future. So I wanted it to be a little bit more futuristic. So that's why we have that there. And we have the tree in the back. We talk a lot about, I talk a lot about a tree in the book. So the trees in the back. And but this is my book, Strange Light, right here. Um, I really, really like the hardcover. I think the hardcover looks really, really nice. And that's the front, and that's in the back. With the trees, sunset, them at the front. I wanted her to have a little crown. Um, I wanted her dressed like in African clothes. And he's more um always tech kind of like dressed. So he's dressed a little bit differently. And and they're sitting on stairs. That's the pose that I wanted them to have. I think it's a good pose. Not a popular pose in, or rather not a common pose um in romance books, but I really liked that pose. I think he talks really well about their dynamic. of how they function. And and that's the back. I really like this almost like sunset kind of view with like almost like the silhouette. It looks really, really good. Look at that. It looks really good. It looks so much better in person. I promise it looks so much better. And and we got the the author, I mean the publisher's signature, whatever you call it, logo, in there too. And that's Sprinkler Creations. Really lovely working with Sprinkler Creations to publish this book.